In this lecture, we are going to discuss about electrical, mechanical and thermal units. So first, we will discuss about electrical units. So various electrical units are electrical work done, electrical power and electrical energy. So in any electrical circuit, we know that the movement of electrons or transfer of charge is nothing but current. So electrical work is said to be done when there is a transfer of charge takes place. So unit is, it is measured in joule. So electrical work done is equal to voltage into transfer of charge Q, because we know that Q is equal to current is nothing but rate of change of charge. So I is equal to Q divided by T. So Q is nothing but I into T. So W is equal to V into I into T measured in joules. So electrical work is said to be 1 joule when the transfer of charge in that circuit takes place 1 coulomb when it is subjected to potential difference of 1 volt. Second, electrical power. The rate at which electrical work is done in any electrical circuit is nothing but electrical power. So electrical power is nothing but electrical work done divided by time. So VIT divided by T. So it is equal to V into I only. So it is measured in joules per second or watt. So power consumed in any electrical circuit is said to be 1 watt when 1 ampere of current flowing through circuit when it is subjected to potential difference of 1 volt. And last, electrical energy. So the total electrical energy is nothing but the total amount of electrical work done in any electrical circuit. So electric energy is equal to power into time, and it is nothing but VIT. It is measured in joules or it is measured in watt second. So 1 watt hour is nothing but what? 1 watt into 1 hour. So 1 hour we will convert in terms of second. So 60 minutes into 60 second, it is nothing but 3600 second. So 1 watt hour is nothing but 3600 watt second. Our electrical energy consumed, that is measured in terms of kWh. So 1 kWh is equal to 1000 Wh. So 1 kWh is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules. Now we will discuss different mechanical units. Now we will discuss different mechanical units. First, mass. The matter possessed by body, that is nothing but mass. It is denoted by m and measured in kilogram. Second, velocity. A distance traveled per unit time is nothing but velocity. It is denoted by v and measured in meter per second. Third, acceleration. The rate of change of velocity is nothing but acceleration. It is denoted by a and measured in meter per second square. Then force. The amount of push or pull which causes the body move from its mean position, that is nothing but force, and force is nothing but mass into acceleration. It is measured in Newton. Then weight. The amount of force exerted by earth on body is nothing but weight, and it is denoted by W, and W is equal to mass into gravitational acceleration. So gravitational acceleration G is nothing but 9.81 meter per second square. Then torque. Torque is nothing but it is a twisting moment of force about an axis, or otherwise you can define in other words force into perpendicular distance of that line of axis to the line axis of rotation. So T is equal to F into R measured in Newton meter. Then work done. A work is said to be done when force applied on any body which causes it to be moved at a distance of d meter. So work done is equal to force into distance. It is measured in joules. Then energy. The capacity to do work is nothing but energy. It is measured in joules. It is denoted by E. It is having two types. First, kinetic energy, and second, potential energy. Kinetic energy the energy possessed by a body due to its motion. Suppose a body having mass of m kilogram which is moving with a velocity of v meter per second, then kinetic energy possessed by body is calculated by using half mv square measured in joules. Then potential energy, the energy possessed by body due to its position. Suppose a body having mass of m kilogram which is lifted vertically at a height of h meter, then potential energy possessed by body is calculated by using m into gh, which is measured in joules, where g is again gravitational acceleration and its value is 9.81 meter per second square. Then power, the rate of doing work is nothing but power. So power is nothing but work done divided by time. It is measured in joules per second or watt. So 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. Now last, thermal units. The various thermal units are: first, heat energy. Now we know that when any current carrying conductor when subjected to potential difference, heat energy is produced. So according to law of conservation of energy, electrical energy spent that must be equal to heat energy produced. So it is denoted by H, and H is equal to V into I into T. So as per Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So if you put the value of V in this case, I square RT, or if you put I is equal to V divided by R, we will get V square divided by R into T measured in joules. Second, specific heat capacity. So the amount of heat energy required to change the state of 1 kilogram of substance, that is nothing but specific heat capacity. It is denoted by C, and C is equal to Q divided by M into delta T, where delta T is nothing but change in temperature. It is measured in joules per kg Kelvin. The specific heat capacity is different for different substance. So if substance is water, then its value is 4187 joules per kg Kelvin. If substance is copper, then 390 joules per kg Kelvin. For aluminium, 950 joules per kg Kelvin, and for iron, 500 joules per kg Kelvin. Third definition, sensible heat. The amount of heat energy gained or lost when there is a change in temperature takes place, that is called as sensible heat, and it is nothing but mc delta T, where m is mass, c specific heat capacity, and delta T change in temperature measured in joules. Fourth definition, latent heat. The amount of heat energy required to change the state of substance from solid to liquid and liquid to gases without change in temperature, that is nothing but latent heat, and it is equal to m into L measured in joules, where L is nothing but specific enthalpy. So total heat energy is equal to sensible heat plus latent heat. So here some various relations between electrical and thermal units are: 1 calorie is equal to 4.186 joules, where 1 joule is equal to 1 divided by 4.186 calorie, and 1 kWh is equal to 3.6 10 raised to 6 joules. Next, specific enthalpy. So the amount of heat energy required to change the state of 1 kilogram of substance without change in temperature is nothing but specific enthalpy, and it is denoted by L, and it is measured in joules per kilogram. Now calorific value. We know that heat energy is produced after burning of fuel. So the amount of heat energy produced after burning of unit mass of that fuel, that is nothing but its calorific value. It is measured in joules per kilogram or kilojoules per kilogram. Sometimes the amount of heat energy produced for same mass of fuel is different, because the amount of heat energy produced after burning of 1 kilogram of wood is different than burning of 1 kilogram of uranium. So that's why unit is joules per kilogram or kilojoules per kilogram. And last, water equivalent of container. Now we know that when water is heated, container is also heated. Here we have to find out. Here suppose there is a 50 kilogram mass of water. Here 1 kilogram is equal to 1 liter, direct relation. So suppose here we have to find out amount of heat energy required to heat 50 kilogram mass of water. So when this water is heated, container is also heated. So some amount of heat energy required to heat that container also. So that is wasted energy. So that wasted energy is taken into account while calculating total amount of heat energy required to heat that unit mass of water. Means if this container is having 5 kilogram of mass, we have to find out the amount of heat energy required to heat 55 kilogram mass of water. Means mass of container is equivalent to the mass of water. So here we will have to find out the amount of heat energy required to 55 kilogram mass of water. And last definition is efficiency. Efficiency is nothing but it is the ratio of output power to the input power or output energy to the input energy, and it is measured in percentage because this ratio is always less than 1 because of losses. Output energy divided by input energy. Thank you.